Well, hello YouTube, and thank you for joining my channel today. I'm sorry that it's taken me so long to put out a video. I literally have like 6 hours of recording that has been completely scrapped. I planned on doing a more in-depth tutorial of me building what I'm going to show today, but it did not work out that way. So, I want to start by clearing Aaron's good name. I had blamed his code for something that is not his fault, and I'll show you what I believe happened. So, if I select the grinder here as my last selection, then I go into the terminal, kill the startup program, and run his prank, you can see that the screen is blank with the exception of right here. We see the beginning of his text showing up. Now, if I kill this again, oh, what happened? Oh, if I kill this again, now we can see that the screen is back to normal. Now, if I kill that and run his prank again, we should see it show up on the screen in full. And it's about where the cursor is left off when this program terminates. When I click the grinder button, the cursor was left way out here, and so it pushes all of his text off the screen. So, it wasn't necessarily Aaron's bad code. It could have been cleaner, but ultimately, that was my fault. So today, as promised, we're going to look at the grinder. I did some work to it over the weekend, and we're going to review what that is, and then that'll be it. This is going to be relatively short, would be my guess, and this is not going to work. Let me fix this. I'll be right back. Alright, so to clear up what happened there, when I selected the grinder button the first time, I didn't allow everything to complete its cycle, and so things didn't get cleared up properly, and that's one of the problems with this, and I've yet to figure out a solution, is that there's like a 30-second cycle with this touchscreen, and you have to let it go all the way through, or you end up in a really bad state. If I come up with a solution, I will let you know. But for now, let's go to the grinder, and then we can jump through. So, I hope that some of y'all have seen this grinder in the past. There used to be a whole series of switches or levers on this wall that actually, let me turn down this audio just a little bit so I can hear myself think. So, there used to be a whole series of levers on this wall that accessed all the different things that could be in this. There were cows, there were chickens, skeletons, spiders, creepers, everything that there is. But it just became, it's not really what we wanted. What we needed to do was on-demand access to everything that's doing this. And so what we did, or what I did, was make this change here. And so there's a full-blown AE system now instead of just an AE chest with a single disk in it. And then you can look under here, and what we have is a series of level emitters that keep things in track. So right now it's dumping gunpowder because there is not enough gunpowder in the system. And actually there's a whole bunch of sand, and that needs to be looked at and figure out why that's happening that way. But what it will do is, if we look at this level emitter here, it will stop at 1728, which is exactly 27 stacks of gunpowder. So if you look in here, it's building up to 1728, and if we wait a few minutes, we'll see that at 1728 it will die. Now, originally my plan was, one of the things that we use in here is spiders. In this chest we keep string, and the spiders, because of the way that they're in this, they give off XP, and so the plan was to allow them to drop and have a turtle capture the XP and use the Tim the Enchanter program that has been well publicized on Reddit to capture that XP and enchant a book and do all of that. Unfortunately, that does not work. We couldn't get the XP or the turtle to lower out of the way and allow it for when you wanted to just come over here and get XP to do it. And so what we did is we introduced a lava source block in here, and so when spiders are running, the string will get captured by the obsidian pipe that's down there, but the lava will continue to push through and catch the lava, or the XP will continue on through and push directly into the lava and burn up, so we don't have all of these additional things. And so we should be able to see, yeah, the grinder or the creepers shut off because the level, it built up enough to close them off. And so this is a really, it's a really good scenario for us, so we can share this across the board, or across all of us. Another thing that Aaron did was he's been breeding XP bees, and so as you can see underneath here is a ton of alvearies, and I think that this is a glitch in the way that bees work, but the way the queen that's in here has the XP trait. Actually, this queen has the XP trait, and so they're constantly giving it off, and because she doesn't have her flower, she's still giving off the effect, although she can't actually do any work. And so for the vast majority of actually for all of these, they don't have their flower, they'll continue to produce XP, and you can see in my bar how quickly it's moving up, even though they don't have flowers. I'm certain that this is going to get patched at some point, and we're going to have to find some way of cycling these bees in and out. But for now, this works really, really well. And so, so all of these ender chests are tied to storage buses or export buses, and then we can bounce back over to my base, and I'll show you how I have them tied into my system. So if we go through here to the AE room, everything is roughly the same as you missed it, but we've added these 5 additional chests. There's one for string, one for gunpowder, which needs to get cleaned up. This one has ender pearls in it. This one has slime balls in it, and the last one has steak in it. And then this is just my entry point for my whole system. So there's an import bus attached to this that brings everything into the system and allows it to be processed. So in a nutshell, that's the way it works. Aaron has a setup just like this. We specifically built it for gunpowder because what we found was we were constantly having to go back and forth to the grinder in order to supply enough TNT to the implosion compressor to allow us to compress those iridium plates. So this is the solution that we came up with. You can see I have 1,024 gunpowder in the system. Now we can bounce over to Aaron's base, and I'm sure that he has a system like this, but I haven't looked for it, and so we might have to search around and see if we can find it. So let's bounce over to his base, and I don't see them here, which is actually where I would expect to see them. So let's see here. There's none here. Are they back in this room? Yeah, there's his series of them. Something's happening in this too. He's got them connected to storage buses the same that I do. So maybe there's just something we don't know about AE and the way that it does things. It's possible that it's pushing certain things into the storage bus. We may need to change this so that it only allows certain things to go in. If you'll give me a second, let me do some research and see if that's the case. So if we look at the storage, how the heck do you get the storage? That's not going to work. Man, that thing is really, really difficult to click on. Yeah, so we believe that if we just put gunpowder in this storage bus, it will allow it to only store gunpowder in there and prevent the system from dropping it in. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. I know that it's relatively short, and I will do what I can to maintain a better schedule. I think that ultimately my plan is to stick with around 2 episodes a week, typically one coming out around Wednesday and the other one coming out either on Friday or Saturday. That's just about all my schedule right now is going to allow me to do. Please let me know below if you have any comments, anything that you want to see. Tentatively, my plans are to go over my new B-Age base. I decided to move absolutely everything B associated with the bees to that B-Age that I created a couple of episodes ago. And so that is the plan. Again, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a great week.